How did you find out about becoming a donor?
So several years ago, I read an article, it was probably like maybe 2010, that they had in the Indianapolis Star, and they were talking about being an organ donor, living organ donor, and they described what it was that someone needed to do, or like what kind of physical attributes, what kind of health they needed to have. And I was like, well, that I kind of fit that, but I didn't think much of it. So that's was my first introduction to that.
Why did you become a kidney donor?
So a friend of mine from high school posted on Facebook and said that her sister was in the last stages of dialysis and needed a kidney, and no one in their family could donate, and they had kind of been through the gamut of people, and so this was just kind of a last-ditch effort for her to try to help save her sister. And so I reached out to her, and the process began.
Do you have any knowledge of why most people need kidney transplants, and what happens if they don't get one while they're waiting?
So my knowledge is pretty limited to her situation, where it was a family genetic or hereditary issue. Her mother had died when she and her sister were young, and they had other family members that had kidney issues. So I think for them it was that. I know there's a wide range of other
What did you have to do to get approved to be a kidney donor, like medical tests or stuff that you
Oh my
needed?
goodness, it was a lot. It starts off with them taking your blood and seeing if you're a match with the person. It is a wide gamut of tests because they don't want anybody to get into this if they are not physically healthy enough or even emotionally healthy enough. And then even there's some finances too, like can you be gone from work? Can you still live? So there was a wide range. And when you start into this, you're provided an advocate. So that advocates for you, that looks out for your best interest. The person who is getting the kidney also has their own advocate too, that helps them and works through their best interests. So it's really a very good process. But everything from blood tests to mammogram, a stress test, I had to meet with a psychologist, just anything and everything that you can think of.
At what age did you go through the
It was 2015, so I was 54 years old.
What makes you a match with someone to donate your kidney to them?
So when you first get into the program, they take your blood and they do a blood and tissue matching. So they match that with the person that you want to donate a kidney for, and if you're matched, then you can kind of continue through the process. My friend and I, we were not a match with each other, and so we entered into what's called a paired exchange. So the donor organization tries to find somebody that I match with who needs a kidney, and somebody else who's willing to give a kidney that matched with my friend. So we ended up in this 10 or 5 groupings of people, so 10 different people were involved in our paired program.
If you start testing, do you have to donate or can you change your mind?
No, you can change your mind at any point, even up to the day that I donated the kidney. I could have backed out, and that's when it's really getting real. But at every appointment and everything, they always ask you, do you want to continue on? So they really do look out for the donors as well.
Have you had any negative impacts to your health after donation, and were you informed of the risks?
I was definitely informed of the risks and knew very much what they were. I've had zero problems, and especially being a little bit older, when you donate, your body is getting older and things come up, but I've had no issues at all with the kidney donation.
And you don't have to take any medications or anything?
No medication, no really change in lifestyle.
How does it feel to know that someone is alive because you donated your kidney?
I feel pretty proud of myself. It's kind of a scary thing at some points to do it, but you just know that there are so many capable people that are in charge, and they've been doing this since a long time, but really doing it well since probably the 90s, and it was a great program. I had no concerns or no problems with it at all.
Did you ever have any second thoughts?
I did not. I did not. I felt very comfortable all along the way, just with the number of tests that they did to make sure that I was in good health. And just the number of people, like I got to meet some people who've been a donor, and so that kind of gave me a little peace of mind as well.
What would you say to someone considering becoming a kidney donor?
I would say get into the program whether you have a person who is interested or who needs a kidney or not, if you're comfortable with it. I mean, it's a great program. It really doesn't change your life at all, your health at all. Just some time that needs to be invested into the testing and then the donation. So I would say, start checking it out. At any point you can get out if you want to.
Did you have to pay for your surgery or use your own personal insurance, or what expenses did you have to cover yourself?
So I had no expenses as far as medical expenses. That is paid for all by the person who is getting your kidney or whatever program they have set up. Where the financial thing is that they talk to you about is like I had to take time off of work, obviously when I had the surgery and the recovery, and then sometimes to get the tests as well, I needed to be gone from work. So for some people that might have been a financial commitment. The school was very accommodating and helping me in understanding of why I needed to be gone, and so that was really supportive of Avon Schools to allow that.
What was the most important thing you learned from this experience?
Probably just helping people and learning about this process, and kind of reconnecting with an old friends from high school was kind of fun, and just learning more about the struggles that she had gone through since she was probably maybe your age, like 18, when all of this kind of began for her. So it really gave her a chance to live the rest of her life, which is, I think, pretty important.
Yeah. If someone wants to donate a kidney, what should be the first step that they take?
I believe there's an organization like kidneydonor.org or Living Donor, and that's where I would start, or find somebody, come and talk to me. I'd be happy to talk to anybody who has questions about it or who's thinking about it.